Good morning, dear children. Welcome back to your geography classes. I am Mrs. Roshni Nair, and we have started with Chapter 9 Industries, Their Need and Classification. Previous week we have completed introduction to this chapter. Today we will be doing part 2 of the same video lesson. We had started with the unit test portion. As I had mentioned earlier, we have two chapters, that is industries, their need and classification, from theme 5 industries, chapter 9 in your textbook, starting from page number 68. And you also have major industries, which comes on the same theme, industries, that is chapter 10, starting from page number 75. Now let us first discuss the PDF questions which I had sent with the previous video lessons. These are the answers for previous video lessons PDF. Question number 1 was, what is an industry? Answer: a group of people or companies engaged in a particular kind of business enterprise, for example tourism industry, film industry, sugar industry, etc. You can name any industry for that matter. Question number 2, how are industries important to a country and its people? Answer: industries are important as they provide infrastructural support for the development of a country. Full stop. They provide us with products which make our life easier and also provide employment to a lot of people. Question number 3, I had told you to search for examples of the end of finished products using the following raw material. I'd given you the names of raw material. See, these type of questions you can write any answer. No, there are very less chances that our answers are similar, because using the same raw material you can make so many finished products. I had given you example also. If lumber is considered as a raw material, end product or the finished product can be wood product, for example furniture or maybe frame. Sometimes many of them who are staying in a cold region, or we can say those who are staying near to polar region, they construct houses also made of wood, right? So it can be, examples can be different also. I'm just stating few examples. For example, if it is clay, we are taking as raw material. With clay you can make terracotta facing tiles, or you can paving bricks, we had learned last year in history also, earthenware, and nowadays we have terracotta jewelry also. Next one is animal hide. Animal hide can be used to make leather products like belt, shoes, jackets, etc. Then we have wool. Wool is used to make clothes, even table covers and all. Coal is widely used to make coke, which is used for even cooking, and earlier times we used to use this coal for steam engine purpose and all. Coal tar, charcoal are examples of coal. Crude oil, is used to make gasoline or diesel fuel, kerosene, liquid petroleum gas, etc. Then the raw material I had taken as example is cotton. Cotton we all know can be used to make textile products. It can be any type of dress or sari or maybe a bed sheet, any type of cotton cloth textile product means. Then we can, even for binding the books, we use cotton in a different format. Then rubber tree. Rubber tree raw material here is latex. Latex is used to make gloves, eraser, even tires, for vehicle tires and all. Tree, if I consider, from tree we get wood. We can also use the pulp of these wood shavings to make paper. Then we get fruit, we get furniture. All these comes under the finished products. Then synthetic leather. Synthetic leather, boys will be knowing uh, football, they know. So football is made from synthetic leather. It's a shiny type of material we can make out after certain use. The upper coating of that ball will come out, the shiny material, right? Then we use this leather to make footwear also. Now, if milk is considered as a raw material, we know from milk is used to make many things. Directly also you have milk, right? As a drink, you can make some sort of energy giving material. I don't want to promote any object for that matter. Energy giving material or taste giving material, and also you can make curd, butter, cheese, etc. from milk. I hope it is clear now. Basically, we are concentrating on the raw material and the finished product. Now let us see the topics which we are going to cover today. Today we will define industries once again and understand more about industry. What is an industry is topic number 1 from page number 68, and we will also learn about the need for industries in the world. So let us start our first topic, industries. In my previous chapter, I had informed you that industries refers to an economic activity that is concerned with the production of goods basically, and also extraction of minerals or the provision of services. All these three categories come under the same title, industry. So it can be production of goods, it can be extraction of minerals, or the provision of services. Thus we have examples like iron and steel industry which produce goods. We have coal mining industries which helps in the extraction of coal, and also tourism industry or advertising industry, film industry, even hospitality industries all come under service provider. First, let us understand the definition of industry. Any productive activity in any sphere of life, or a group of people or companies engaged in a particular kind of business enterprise. It can be a manufacturing industry, tourism industry, jewelry, handloom, leather products, etc. Industry may be indulged in the providing of infrastructural support for the development of a country, and also industry helps in the employment of a lot of people. That is how much of the population earn money, and if you get money, definitely the standard of living will go high. Now let us understand this definition further. Before we learn more about industries, Let us understand one more term here related to industry, that is Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution started in England in the 18th century, and from there it spread to the rest of Europe. Then it spread to North America and Japan. Later it spread to rest of the world. The Industrial Revolution marked a period of development in the later half of 18th century, as I mentioned, and this Industrial Revolution had transformed largely rural agrarian societies in Europe and America into industrialized urban ones. There was a lot of change in the way people lived in that time because of the Industrial Revolution. This all started with the cloth industry, that's how we know, and then the goods that had once been painstakingly crafted by hand started to be produced in mass quantities by machines in factories. And thanks to the introduction of new machines and techniques in textile, iron making and other industries, it was easy for normal people and it was affordable also. Fueled by the game-changing use of steam power, the Industrial Revolution began in Britain and spread to the rest of the world, including United States by the, I think, 1830s and 40s. You will learn more about this in your class 8 history. Modern historians often refer to this period as the first Industrial Revolution to set it apart from a second period of industrialization that took place from the late 19th to early 20th centuries and saw rapid advances in the steel, electric and automobile industries. Now, this was about the first industrial revolution rather, which took place in 18th century. But now you can see in the slide that from steam engine, second industrial revolution was somewhere in 1870s in electricity. Then third industrial revolution was in the field of computing in 1969, almost a century later. And today, and that is more important for you to understand because geography is more about understanding and the application of the same. Now today we are seeing fourth industrial revolution in the field of intelligence. Computing is over. Now the fourth one is in the field of intelligence. Now considering the current market scenario, the world is facing the advancement and innovation in the industrial sector owing to meet the demand for emerging technologies and productivity across the plants and business processes. Also, there is a wide increase in the periodic change in technology that the world has witnessed over the past few years. Now, in the present scenario, as it is mentioned, the key technologies are expected to disrupt the industrial revolution in 2020 and beyond. Even when we are stuck in the corona year, as we say 2020, but still much of the changes are taking place around us. There is much of quantum computing, Internet of Things as it is called. Internet of Things is in the global market. Edge computing is fueled by the tremendous growth of the Internet of Things in 2019 and early 2020. And you have also heard about artificial intelligence. That also comes under fourth generation industrial revolution, I should say. Then we have cloud technology. Many of you might be knowing how we store our data, right? We store all these videos which you are seeing, the PDFs which you are saving. Sometimes you say, oh, I don't have space. So, cloud technology is related to providing space. Then we have blockchain, we have augmented and virtual reality, that is, it adds a digital element to the live view, often by using camera on the smartphones. Then we have autonomous driving, that is, if you had heard last year we heard about the Google cars and all, where autonomous driving uses the data annotation and data analysis skills and analyze to operate the functions such as automated lane changing, even the speed variation and brakes, actually the actual timing where to apply brakes during its way to getting streamlined. And now the latest one, as we all know, is 5G network. 5G network is the most modern way of technology, I should say, which has the ability to support 1000 fold gains along with the capacity of 10 GB per second individual user experience at low latency. So that and all comes under industrial revolution. That is a systematic, sometimes slow or sometimes fast change, right? In the way we were looking at things earlier and the way we are living now is totally different. Now let us understand more about industries. That is, the term industry, as I told, it is in technical terms, it means any productive activity in any sphere of life, and industry includes the people and all the activities involved in producing a particular thing or in providing a particular service. For example, film industry. I had just tried to get few photos for you to understand. We know film industry, we know about tourism, travel and tourism industry. We all want to go out now to travel somewhere. Now, because that's some kind of relief from the work and also from the busy schedule. Then one more industry I can mention here is banking industry. Now we are into a plastic age of money. Rarely we use, you know, the actual money. Now we are using all Paytm, Google Pay, all this comes under plastic money. The banking, that is also a huge industry. Then we have healthcare industry. Healthcare industry has pharma industry under that, then all these diagnostic centers, even the ambulance service, all type of OTs. Then we have scanning centers, we have as I told, diagnostic centers, DNA testing, everything comes under healthcare industry. Advertising industry, it can be anything, it can be print media, it can be, say it can be a type of sales, or it can be television, it can be, nowadays we have all sort of apps installed. So any type of advertising on paper or maybe virtual, everything comes under advertising industry. Now let us understand more about the industries which provide infrastructure support. Now, previous PDF I had given you one question regarding this. Remember, how are industries important to, or how are industries important for the support for the development of a country? So industries are important as they provide infrastructural support. That's more important part here. Why infrastructural support? Because when industries are there, then there will be a lot of population who want to use the services, so the government will provide more services. Let me start from the beginning. For example, if there is a normal barren land, and if someone wants to come up with an idea of an industry in that region, he will first look out for the people or the employees who can work there. He will think about the infrastructure or the setup of the industry, how he is going to construct, then water availability, power availability, and also even for the simple things like the getting rid of waste and all. So all these things, if he is able to manage and he construct some sort of factory or something, he needs some people to travel from the nearby village or city to that factory. So generally, if it is a small or a medium sized factory, slowly the employer will arrange for a more commutation possibilities. It can be by road or by rail, and after that he can also arrange for a private bus or something, but that also like developing a road, right? Then we have the people who are coming to work there, they need something to eat, they want to buy something. If they want to settle somewhere nearby, slowly the population will like to settle down somewhere nearby places, just to avoid the time wasted in commutation. So all this will lead to certain level of settlement. So that again will lead to the providence of infrastructure by the government. Government will provide with good quality water and food services, even the transportation part where the private vehicles will be there to provide the necessary needs of that particular families who are settling nearby areas. The government will provide with power, and also the money which is gained by the taxes that will be used for the development of that particular town or city. So in general, we say infrastructural development means the government will make so many new bridges to reach a particular place in more easy way without wasting much of time. Dams are helpful in storing water, right? And also generation of electricity basically. So these electricity are transmitted from one place to another using the transmitters, right? Then we have the good quality roads. We have highways which connect one place to another, and we also have industrial setup. Industrial setup in a sense, there will be a common vehicle for commutation, there will be a common place where you can throw your waste, and also you will get amount of water, a certain amount of water, electricity, any other help, and also subsidized rent rates for the area. So in this way the government also will help in increasing the industries, and industrial setup will help in infrastructural support of the country. Next is industries will provide us with products which make our life easier, right from the toothbrush, toothpaste, even the knife, the scissors, whichever we are using, everything is being made in some sort of industry, right? It can be of any brand. Nowadays we have different brands. We can choose from these brands. We have scissors, we have knife, and even the sandwich maker, sandwich bread, the sanitizer which we are using nowadays, right? That is, everything is made in some or other kind of industry. Computers, which we can't survive nowadays without a laptop, without a Wi-Fi, even without our mobile phone, all the gaming gadgets, a juicer, a mixer, a grinder, right? This is a rice cooker with the dustbins. We have now wet and dry different dustbins, and also the surface cleaners. No, nowadays we have these. No need for we don't have any helpers nowadays. So all the moppings are done with the help of these, cleaning and mopping and all. These are in sales now. Even watch, clock, juicer, mixer, as I told, everything is provided by the industries only. Any sort of product which will help in making our life easier, even our two-wheeler, our four-wheelers, pencil, pen, eraser, book, specs, everything is manufactured in some or other industries. Third important thing is industries provide employment. This is also very important. Why? Because employment is needed, especially for a populated country like India and also other countries where the standard of living will increase with the money which they gain by working hard, right? So the employment can also be of any term, like this one is somewhere in the airways industries. And they provide, like we know how many of them are working in the ground or on air, right from pilot to the ground staff. Then normal, even if it is a tea garden, there's a hospital, see how many of them are working, right from the security guard to the senior doctor, the surgeon. Everyone is working. Now these are employments. We have BPO services, we have normal industry where some sort of production is taking place, some sort of manufacturing is taking place. We have construction industry, see, and we have service providers. Service providers, in a sense, there are tertiary organizations, no, who will come to clean a particular area on behalf of someone. It is not necessarily be the person. It can be he or she can be hired for few hours also, right from that type of services to a person who is a permanent employee who is working for 8 to 10 hours maybe. And there are banks. See, this is a setup of a bank maybe, and here it is hotel management, hotel industry. Then, as I told, it can be healthcare unit. Everything is a type of, everything comes under the heading industry, and under these heading there will be lot of employment. There will be permanent workers, there will be temporary workers, there will be someone who is a manager, there will be someone who is a security or who is a helper, and even any type of staff, permanent, as I told, permanent, temporary staff can be anyone. All these comes under industries. And also employment, as I told, it can be right from employing one person to employing thousands of employees under them. So generally a brand, even for airways industries or a healthcare industry, it can be a group of 10 person who is working, or also it can be thousands or maybe lakhs of employees who are working under the same brand name. So in short, what we can say, industries are important as they provide infrastructural support for the development of the country, first point. Second point, industries provide us with products which make our life easier. Third important point is industries also provide employment to a lot of people. So all these three things are important. Now coming to the use of these, as I told, it will be helpful in increasing the financial ability. Industries are important in that way also. So today there are many Asian countries. Asian countries, you can see a small map of Asia here. India is also Asian country. We have Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Thailand, all Taiwan, South Korea, North Korea, Japan, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, everything comes under Asian countries. Now, major Asian countries, for example, Japan. See here, Japan. We have China, Singapore here. These countries export, and we have a few more countries I can add on. We have Vietnam, even South Korea. Vietnam is somewhere here. Yes, this is Vietnam, South Korea, Malaysia I can add on, Cambodia, Thailand. All these countries have thriving industries and they export many products to the developed Western countries. Developed Western countries means it can be Canada, it can be USA, any part in South America or Europe. All these developed countries, the Asian countries will provide many products to them. China, we all know, it's famous for its export. So many goods are exported from China to different parts of the world. Now coming to India, we say in India, industrialization got a major boost after the country's independence. And the 5-year plans have played a major role in industrialization of our country, India. 5-year plans, there are many examples. You can understand more by reading different articles in Google about the 5-year plans, India's 5-year plans. So India's 5-year plans were launched after the independence. So all these have actually boosted the country's industrialization or the industries, self-manufacturing. Even now, there are many policies which are introduced by the present government, that is, use the products which are manufactured in our country. Why? Because the cost will be less. The cost of import will be less, so definitely that particular thing will be charged less. Make in India, we have a plan like that, no? Make in India, that is again related to our same topic, industries only. Making India, in a sense, we are using the products, even the raw material is from India, nothing is being imported for the manufacture of that particular thing. Now, the main topic, next important topic, is need for industries in the world. What is the need for any type of industry in the world? So under that, I should say the first one is industries make a country. It can be any country. It can be China, it can be Singapore, it can be Japan, India, any country. Industries make a country financially strong. When you are manufacturing anything in your own country and you are exporting it, you are gaining that extra amount, right? If I am exporting something to America, I am earning in dollars. So somewhere I will deposit in bank and I will exchange it for some rupees. So what happens? The economy also will grow. Many of us, if we are exporting simple things like pickle or papad or maybe any handmade things, if we are exporting and we are gaining a certain amount of money, we are increasing the economy of our country. So the countries such as USA and China, these are very important words. That's why I had used this red color to show countries such as USA and China have hundreds and thousands of industries. Important, remember, countries such as USA and China have hundreds and thousands of industries. And opposite to that, we have countries like Nepal and Bangladesh, which have very few industries. So naturally, their economy is less compared to the economy of USA and China. So let us understand that in short. The larger the number of industries a country has, the stronger that country becomes. First point. Second, if we take example like the countries such as USA and China are strong because of the hundreds and thousands of industries they have. Even India, we have many industries, but not as many as USA and China. Some countries like Nepal and Bangladesh have few industries. In particularly, every country of the world, industries contribute a lot to its national income. Important line here. Every country of the world, industries contribute a lot to that particular country's national income. Coming to next need, that is Industries provide products of daily use. These are all daily use products you can see which we are using daily. We'll start from early morning brush. We use toothbrush, paste, even the pipe, the wash basin, whatever you are using, soap, mm, soap, and even nowadays very useful thing, PPE kit as they say, the mask, the specs, tablets, hand sanitizers, we have temperature, the instruments which is used to measure temperature. Different types of masks are there. So every company will manufacture different type of mask, right? Even if it is brand like Peter England or any textile units like we have Nike, we have Adidas, all these have come up with the idea of face mask, right? It is, you can see, you can Google more about that. Every type of industry which is already, a big thing in that particular field, they are coming out with different type of masks. We have hand sanitizers nowadays, we can't survive without that, right? And tissue papers, even the bicycle, even any type of stationaries which we are using, every other thing is being manufactured in the industries. And so we can say that industries provide us products of our daily use. Without these we can't survive, right from mixie, right from plates, right from spoon, anything for that matter. So what we understood, if we look around our house, we will see items that we use every day, like toothpaste or soap or a bicycle, exercise book, pencil, medicine, cheese, jam, butter, and so on. All these items are manufactured by different industries. Now coming to the third important need, that is industries ensure that there is no shortage of necessary goods. I told necessary goods can be anything. Apart from our daily life necessary needs, I had already shown you the examples, right, from toothbrush to toothpaste, soap, and everything. To the industries which provide things which we need are available. For example, I can say food or juice or oil for that matter, even the ghee, anything. So apart from fulfilling our daily needs, industries also produce sufficiently these products. Why? Because all the things we need are available to us at a reasonable rate, because it is being manufactured in industry. They are not manufacturing one product. If it is one product, they say sometimes exclusive. So exclusive things are always expensive. Why? Because it is manufactured in a very less rate. It can be hardly one or two, maybe five, like that. So it is like a limited edition things, right? So that will be expensive. But when you are manufacturing the same thing for a larger population, for example in lakhs, if you're manufacturing, even if it is a toothbrush, a sauce, or even the chips, right, that will be always supplied in a low rate or reasonable prices, as it is called, because it is meant for general population, normal population who would like to use it for daily usage. So for example, if I am taking soap, I'm going to buy a soap. If I buy a limited edition, it can cost me few thousands, right? But when you are buying a simple soap, maybe which is comes under the brand and which is being manufactured for a certain quantity, higher quantity, lakhs or 2 lakhs or something, that will cost you hardly 40 to 80 rupees, or maybe maximum 100 rupees or something. Why? Because it is manufactured for general public, that too amount will be more, so cost will come down. If the cost is less, then generally the demand will be more. So with that, we come to the end of this video lesson. I hope you understood the basic fact about industries. We will have another 2 sessions. We will understand more about the classification of industries. Then we will learn about the factors that decide the establishment of an industry. After that, we will be doing just, you can say, revision of the lesson by reading the chapter. But I will appreciate if you will start reading and understanding the pages of the chapters video wise. That is, when I am taking 2 headings today, as I mentioned, I had taken first heading is what is an industry. Second is we had understood what is the need for an industry in the world. So these 2 topics, since we had completed, you can understand it. And also please complete the questions which are being sent in the form of PDF. We will discuss the questions in our next video lesson, but you can try and answer them, right? Now there is 2 simple headings in the same page, page number 68. One is quick fact and one is did you know. Quick fact is about the Industrial Revolution. During the early stages of Industrial Revolution, as they say, the only activities that processed or converted anything from a raw state to a finished product were categorized as industry. More you will learn about in the fact that Industrial Revolution was started in England in 18th century, and from there it separated to the rest of the, it spread to the rest of the Europe. And later on, this Industrial Revolution spread to North America, Japan, and also to other parts of the world. It has brought a lot of change. Then, did you know, there it is mentioned Ahmedabad is well known for the cotton textile industry, while cities like Ludhiana and Panipat have numerous woolen industries. Now, Ahmedabad is in Gujarat. It is famous for cotton textile, and places like Ludhiana and Panipat, somewhere in Punjab, these places have numerous woolen industries. So, as I mentioned, please go through these topics. Read from your textbook, page number 68, and try to answer the questions which I had sent. So, thank you, children. Please take care of yourself. See you in next video lesson.